When we heard about the possibility of locating the new Poznań Philharmonic in the vicinity of Wilda, we came up with an idea of building the Philharmonic next to the Edmund Schitt Stadium and including said stadium in the complex. In the very beginning, we analyzed the site and landscape that was there, looking for potentially interesting solutions that would be harmonious with the principles of eco-friendly design and new trends in the design of public spaces. During the research and the analysis, we found out that the stadium area was originally built as a sports facility. However, during World War II, the Nazi occupiers carried out executions of civilians of Polish origin there. The knowledge of the history of this place made us keep the stadium, which remembers the times of both the Second Polish Republic and the war period. This facility also survived the communism period, and it was even rebuilt then. It was during this period that it was most frequently used in its basic form and with its intended purpose as a sports stadium until the 1990s, when it began to decline after losing major sponsors and government support. This is why we decided that the Philharmonic building cannot be located in the very center of the stadium. It must be outside its body, so as not to destroy the historical space and the greenery that thrived there, because of which the stadium became an enclave of peace in the city center. In order to appreciate this space, give it a more special meaning for the city's inhabitants, and create a peaceful, natural spot in the very center of the agglomeration, we decided to use the interior of the stadium to build the Gardens of the Senses, which will have therapeutic effects. Assuming that the Philharmonic building will be erected outside the stadium stands, and a new park will be located inside the facility, we decided to create a space based on the axis leading from the entrances to the stadium, crossing them with various other lines, marked by already well-trodden paths on the grass of the former pitch. An important element in the center of the planned park is the monument commemorating the victims of the war, which is a symbol of our memory of people who died fighting for the independence of our country. From a bird's eye point of view, the monument consisting of metal slabs symbolizes the Piast eagle, which in itself is a symbol of the Polish character of this place, as it is located in Poznań, the former capital of the Piast state, which marked the beginning of the Second Polish Republic. The paths that we have created do not reach the monument directly, but instead create an inaccessible sphere of sanctity around it, symbolizing the lack of freedom during the war, which should never be taken for granted, although it should be desired, talked about and fought for. The other paths that were created at the intersection of the compositional axis or the creation of easy communication routes were partially covered with pergolas, which can be easily separated with modular walls to close a part of the park for the Garden of the Senses and conduct therapy for people who need it. Also, when selecting plants, we paid a lot of attention to their honey yield, so that it would be possible to create a living space for bees in order to increase the chances of pollinating flowers in urbanized areas. We also developed the embankment on which the stands were based in the northern part, creating an auditorium for a small open-air amphitheater and as a space for relaxation. We have created a path that surrounds the entire facility so that people can walk with their families or play sports there. The shape of the Philharmonic Hall was created as an extension of the triangular shapes that emerged as a result of intersecting paths inside the building. Hence, it was possible to create a body contouring the huge building on the other side of the square as a place to relax and hide from the heat of the summer sun. The main building is broken down into two forms, between which one of the main entrances to the inside of the building is located, highlighted with a different floor material. The height is adapted to the surrounding buildings so that it fits into the existing landscape instead of breaking it up, and its glass walls are meant to reflect the tenement houses opposite the facility. Also, in the square between the facilities, there is a place for a fountain which could become a natural air conditioning for passers-by on hot days, and in winter it can be used as a public ice rink. We focused on giving as much respect as possible to the existing greenery, because the revitalization of this facility is only an extension of the space already used like a park by the city's residents.